Okay, let's unpack this. Welcome to the Deep Dive, where we take a stack of your sources articles, research, your own notes, and distill them into the most important nuggets of knowledge. Today, we are deep diving into, well, a surprisingly low-tech tool that promises some pretty high-tech results. Structured writing practices.
Yeah, it sounds almost too simple.
It does, right. We're exploring how the simple act of journaling is not just for, tracking your feelings or documenting your day,
Not at all.
but a powerful, personalized catalyst for professional breakthroughs and for igniting genuine innovation.
I like that, igniting.
The source material you shared with us, Journaling for Clarity, gives us 9 foundational principles and 3 immediate action steps.
Right.
And they're all designed to help you, right now, organize your most chaotic thoughts and uncover entirely new perspectives for growth.
And it really is about bypassing those mental blocks.
Yeah.
Using, nothing more than a pen and paper.
Exactly.
What's fascinating here is that this material, it asks us to shift our perception entirely. Well, we typically view writing as documentation, right? It's the end product of thinking.
The report, the email.
Exactly. But this deep dive, it positions writing as an active process of discovery.
So the thinking happens while you're writing.
Precisely. It promises to be a shortcut.
Yeah.
A way to gain mental clarity quickly, allowing you to generate innovative ideas faster by simply getting out of your own way.
So you're effectively using writing as a sophisticated diagnostic tool for your own mind.
That's the perfect phrase for it, a diagnostic tool.
I love that. But, if we are aiming for real innovation, we can't start trying to build new things on a chaotic foundation.
No, you can't.
The first essential step has to be establishing a baseline, or what we'll call clearing the mental deck.
Precisely. You need blank space, and the very first step the author emphasizes is starting with a dedicated free write session.
Okay, a free write.
This means setting aside a short time to just let your thoughts flow, totally uncensored, no self-judgment, no editing.
But I have to ask, for the listener who is, really pressed for time, isn't free writing just glorified procrastination?
That's a great question.
I mean, how does 5 or 10 minutes of rambling about your errands or your morning commute actually create an insight?
It's a fair point, and it speaks to the hidden power of this technique. The goal isn't the content. The goal is the clearing process.
Okay.
Think of your short-term memory as, like, mental RAM. When it's clogged with to-dos, anxieties, and half-formed arguments, you have no processing power left for creativity.
Right, it's just full.
It's full. That 5 to 10 minute burst of focused effort is enough to just dump everything out. You're moving it from active, stressful memory to passive, inert paper. This frees up your cognitive resources, and that often brings those subconscious ideas, the actual creative sparks, to the surface, almost by accident.
So it's less about finding a specific idea and more about zeroing out the mental RAM so the next idea can find space to land.
Exactly. And that lack of judgment is absolutely critical. The moment you start to worry about grammar or tone, you shut down the creative risk-taking part of your brain.
And that's the part that innovation relies upon.
100%.
Okay, so free writing is fantastic for clearing the deck, but if you want sustained innovation, you need a framework around it. It needs to feel safe and consistent.
Yes.
And the source material gives us 2 crucial elements for establishing this necessary container for long-term practice.
Yes, consistency and safety, they go hand in hand. If we look at establishing a routine, the recommendation is to choose a specific time, morning or evening, and just stick to it.
Make it a habit.
Make it a habit.
Yeah.
This trains the mind to expect and enter that creative, reflective space more easily. It becomes a predictable moment for insight rather than a frantic scramble when you're already blocked.
Right, when you're desperate for an idea.
Right.
And the second part of that container is creating a safe space for exploration. This emphasizes the core rule. The journal is a judgment-free zone.
And critical.
No one else will ever see it.
That is the ultimate enabler of innovation. If you know you have an audience, even a future version of yourself who might judge you.
Oh, absolutely, the inner critic.
Exactly. You start crafting this sanitized narrative. But innovation requires risk, testing wild ideas, and confronting hard truths about your current process or your company.
And the journal is the place to take those risks.
Safely on paper first. You need to write the terrible, embarrassing, half-baked idea so you can iterate on it the next day.
So we've gotten the junk out of the way, and we've established a secure home for our thoughts. How do we start making sense of what's left? We need to shift from passive dumping to actively building.
This is where we transition into structured exploration. We're moving from, say, panning randomly to actually using a map.
Okay.
This brings us to guiding the pen through prompts. Free writing reveals what's already on your mind, but prompts, they force you to confront something new.
So it's a nudge in a specific direction.
It is. They encourage the exploration of specific challenges or perspectives you might typically avoid.
What are some examples?
Well, the author suggests using specific questions to keep the writing fresh. For example, what inspires me right now and why is it not integrated into my current project?
Ooh, that's a good one.
Or, what challenges am I facing and what would my fiercest competitor do about them? These structured starting points ensure you aren't just orbiting the same 5 thoughts every single day.
That immediately sounds more constructive than just staring at a blank page. But, often the big breakthrough ideas aren't easily put into words. They are systems or feelings or relationships that language just struggles to capture. This is why I found the recommendation to tap nonverbal creativity so essential.
Through visual journaling.
Yes, exactly. It suggests combining text with visual elements, doodles, quick sketches, diagrams, or mind maps.
And here is where the true insight lies. Innovation often requires engaging parts of the brain that the inner critic, who, only speaks in language, cannot access.
So you're bypassing the critic.
You are. When you combine imagery and text, you bypass that verbal censor, allowing pure systems thinking and structural relationships to emerge.
You're mapping connections visually.
Which often accelerates problem solving exponentially. And it's so important to reassure the listener here, your artistic skills are completely irrelevant.
Thank goodness.
Yeah. If your doodle is just a series of boxes and arrows, that's perfect. The goal is expression and connecting dots non-linearly, not creating a masterpiece.
My doodles, honestly, they look like a 5-year-old drew them.
Mine too.
But they absolutely help me map out complex organizational systems faster than a bulleted list ever could. It's like finding a secret language just for yourself.
It is.
And speaking of variety, the author warns against falling into a rut. To maintain engagement, we need to try different journaling styles.
Absolutely. You don't want this to become another chore. The source suggests experimenting with formats. Bullet journaling is great for project tracking, for instance.
Right.
Or consider gratitude journaling, though I know people can sometimes find that a bit forced.
Wait, gratitude journaling. I tried that once and felt like I was writing Christmas cards to inanimate objects.
I get that.
How do we make sure that practice actually leads to professional innovation and not just, forced positivity?
It's all in how you frame it. It's not just, I am grateful for coffee.
Okay.
It's, I am grateful for the resilience shown by my team last week, which tells me they handle pressure well. How can I leverage that discovered resilience in the next quarter?
I see.
When used strategically, gratitude journaling reveals strengths and resources you might be taking for granted, allowing you to reapply them. Variety reveals different resources.
That's the difference between therapy and a professional growth tool. Okay, let's talk about the payoff. This is where it gets really interesting. Turning the raw content of the journal into professional advantage. It's not enough just to write. We must reflect and act on what we find.
Right. We're moving from identifying the symptom to actively designing the cure. And that begins with the innovation mindset.
Which means focusing on solutions, not just problems. We spent the first segment clearing the decks of our challenges, which is crucial. But the truly critical step, and one that separates this practice from mere catharsis, is proactively shifting your focus toward brainstorming concrete steps.
This is the pivot point from reflection to application. You can write 10 pages detailing an obstacle, but the moment you start asking that proactive question, what 3 specific tangible steps can I take to improve this situation this week? The moment you ask that, you redefine the obstacle.
You've turned a barrier into an immediate opportunity for growth and action.
And it changes the entire emotional tenor of your journal entry. It really does.
Okay, that's powerful.
Furthermore, we need a system for review to ensure we don't repeat the same mistakes or miss those brilliant insights. We need to create a repository of wisdom.
I love that phrase. It involves 2 steps. First, reflect on your past entries. You need to periodically revisit what you wrote 6 weeks ago or 6 months ago.
That reflection builds powerful self-awareness, which is the foundation of strategic leadership.
Right.
You start to see the hidden patterns in your decision-making, the successful strategies, and, well, the recurring failures. And those patterns inspire new ideas because you realize what worked under similar pressures in the past, giving you an immediate, personalized playbook for future challenges.
And the second part of that repository is to review and highlight key takeaways.
This is about actively consolidating the knowledge you've generated. Don't just close the book. Spend 5 minutes highlighting the aha moments, the breakthrough ideas, or the effective solutions you documented.
So you're building a resource.
This habit, over time, builds that actual repository of personal wisdom, an accessible reference point. If you hit a block in a business meeting, you don't have to start from scratch.
You can go back to your greatest hits.
The solutions you already designed in a moment of clarity. It's a strategic asset of internalized knowledge.
That makes so much sense.
And if we connect all these structured practices to the bigger picture, the entire goal is immediate application and benefit. Writing for clarity only works if you start doing it right now.
Okay, so let's get practical.
The source provides 3 concrete, manageable, fast action steps you can take this week.
Time for the action plan. These steps are designed to be, low-friction ways to integrate these techniques immediately?
That's right. So action step 1 is the commitment challenge.
Okay.
Start a 7-day free write challenge. Commit to writing for just 5 to 10 minutes a day for 7 days, and with absolutely no goal other than clearing that mental clutter.
And the objective here is purely foundational, right?
Totally.
To prove to yourself that you can find those initial creative sparks, followed by that crucial review at the end of the week. Look for recurring themes or anxieties that you need to address.
Then, moving quickly into structure, action step 2 is the focus challenge.
Use one prompt daily for a week.
Exactly. Choose a new, focused journaling prompt each day to guide your entries.
And this moves you out of the dumping phase into the, let's say, the directing phase.
Yes.
So you could use examples like, what professional assumption am I making that could be wrong? Or what's one thing I've learned about my industry recently that I haven't fully processed?
Those are perfect. This practice immediately organizes your thoughts and uncovers insights hidden just beneath the surface of the day-to-day chaos.
Okay, and the last one.
And finally, combining structure and nonverbal thinking, action step 3. The visual challenge.
Dedicate one entire page in your journal to drawing a mind map or sketch related to a current professional challenge or innovative idea.
Right. No full sentences.
Just use arrows, symbols, colors, or small drawings to connect thoughts visually.
And this offers a truly unique, nonlinear perspective on problem solving that text alone simply can't provide.
It forces you to see relationships.
Relationships between elements of a project that your linear thinking might be concealing from you. It's incredibly powerful.
So we've covered the full circle. We start by clearing the mental decks through free writing. We layer on structured practices like prompts and visualization, and then we commit to intense reflection and review. All of this combines to create a fast track to being well-informed about yourself and your challenges, leading directly to new ideas and professional breakthroughs.
And that reflection and review process is what makes this truly valuable. We talk about building that repository of personal wisdom.
Yeah, by highlighting and celebrating your aha moment.
Right. But that wisdom, it's only valuable when it is understood and then, applied in the real world.
That's the key, application.
It is. And this raises an important question for you, the listener. When you highlight those key takeaways and insights in your journal, are you spending as much time planning how to act on them in the outside world? Creating a project plan, scheduling a meeting, or confronting a tough conversation. Are you spending as much time on that as you spent discovering the insight in the first place?
That's a challenging thought.
Because clarity is the start, but action is the innovation.